To an accident, my wife and I lost our lives in a massive fire. When we open our eyes again, we find ourselves back on the day we registered our marriage. In our last life, everyone thought we were the perfect couple. Little did they know that my wife, Queenie Lloyd, refused to consummate our marriage. Right before my death, I found out that I was nothing but a replacement for her first love. Queenie had intended to remain chaste for him for the rest of her life. After being reborn, neither of us speaks of the past. By an unspoken agreement, we get a divorce that very day and go on to live separate lives. 8 years later, she attends an industry summit holding her childhood sweetheart's arm. She's now a rising star in the business world. I am dressed in plain clothes. When she notices me, she walks over with a champagne glass in hand. Mr. Lawrence, even if you still have feelings for me, you didn't have to disguise yourself as a waiter just to approach me. Are you still trying to convince me to get back together with you? She sneers. I ignore her and smile as I wave at someone nearby. My son runs over to me and tugs on the corner of my shirt. Mommy said she's tired, Daddy. She wants to know when you're coming to pick us up, he tells me. Upon hearing this, Queenie's face stiffens immediately, and she almost drops her wine glass. By the time I had finished working on the new project, it was already well into the evening. My wife, Suzanne Brenner, had called and asked me to pick her up from the hotel. I hurried to my hotel and discovered that an industry summit was being held there. The brightly lit lobby was filled with people, but I spotted Queenie, my ex-wife, in the crowd immediately. I hadn't seen Queenie in 8 years. She was standing next to Liam Manson, and the pair was speaking to people around them with a smile. You seem to be doing really well, Ms. Lloyd. Your new office building just opened up, but the investment projects are already snatched up, a middle-aged man said to Queenie with a smile. Then, he continued, it's incredibly difficult to make a reservation at this hotel. I can't believe you managed to secure the venue and host the industry summit here. You're truly a role model for all of us. Queenie nodded and replied in a gentle voice. You're too kind, Mr. Smith. I wouldn't be where I am today if you hadn't given me a chance back then. Oh, not at all. I'm sure I'll have a lot to learn from you in the future as well, he replied. Is it true that you and Mr. Manson are getting married soon? Someone else asked. Queenie glanced at Liam with a gleeful expression. Then, she announced, we're holding our wedding on the 10th of the following month. We hope that everyone will be able to attend the ceremony. Upon hearing this, everyone immediately offered the happy couple their congratulations. All of a sudden, a tactless individual said, I heard you were divorced, Ms. Lloyd. Would you be inviting your ex-husband to your wedding? Queenie's smile instantly faded. In a cold and unfeeling voice, she spat. There's no need for me to see that man ever again. The person refused to let the matter go. That can't be true. I heard that the two of you were very much in love back then. He even threw you a grand wedding. Liam stepped forward and put his arm around Queenie's shoulder. That's all in the past now, he said in a soft tone. Queenie and I are each other's first love. That marriage was just a misunderstanding. Everyone hastily agreed with him and changed the topic of conversation. As I stood by the edge of the crowd, I thought about how Queenie looked after we had registered our marriage. Back then, she stood under the afternoon sun and stared at our wedding certificate for a very long time. Then, she suddenly looked up at me and flashed me a small smile. I finally married you, she said with tears in her eyes. At that time, I thought that she was crying out of happiness. Eventually, I realized that she teared up because she missed someone else. Just as I was about to turn around and leave, Queenie suddenly looked in my direction. Mr. Lawrence? Before I had realized it, Queenie was already standing in front of me. Holding her champagne glass in one hand, she silently judged my simple attire before her lips curved up into a subtle smirk. Well, this is unexpected. She wasn't being very loud.